Good morning, this is Randy. I just wanted to do an addendum to Serena Nightshade's most recent videos about ghosting and what does the narcissist think that you are feeling after they discard you. Serena Nightshade talks about how some narcissists completely ghost you after the relationship ends. Basically, you don't even really know that it's ended or why it's ended, and there's no discussion. That definitely did happen with my narcissist at a certain point. When there was discussions, it was not about breakups. It was actually discussions during the limbo point where the narcissist had not yet made up his mind, and he still had not yet completely made up his mind after he signed the divorce papers. He hadn't made up his mind right after I filed. He hadn't made up his mind right before I filed. And it came all the way down to after we were divorced, he still had not completely made up his mind. I thought, stupidly, that that was because he still loved me, but what it was really about was that he had not completely locked down new supply. As soon as he locked down new supply is when he completely ghosted me. And I continued to text him insulting texts because I was not completely done with the relationship. I was not finished telling him all of the things about himself that I really wanted to say. So I continued to text him for over a year. Many insulting texts. I still did not know he was a narcissist at that point. Prior to the divorce, however, the narcissist was so indecisive about what he wanted to do that I decided that I would present to him a deal because he likes to make deals. And the deal was that no worries, we will get divorced now, and if you change back to the way you were, which I know is not possible at this point, but at that time I did not know, I wanted him to change back to his false self, in essence. I thought that some kind of internal insight could come, that he could arrive at a point where he regretted and was remorseful of his behavior, and that he could actually turn over a new leaf. So what I did actually to give him the confidence to actually go was to give him a morsel of hope that in the future, if he was able to show me and prove to me that he has changed, that I would give him another opportunity at a relationship with me, that I would allow him to begin back at the ground level, at the same level that any other stranger would be at, who I didn't know. And he could court me again, and he could show me over time that he had changed. And then we could get back together, possibly even get married again. So I gave him that hope. In a way, I put the ball in his court so that it was always in his mind that he could get me back under certain circumstances if he met certain standards. And my standards were high, and they were concrete. They were laid out. They included accountability and responsibility and reciprocation and no manipulating and transparency and all sorts of things. Respect. So Anyway, I allowed him to always keep that in the back of his mind, that if indeed in the future he found that he had made a dire mistake and chose to work on himself, that the door was still left open a crack, that he could get back together with me. And actually, that's what gave him the push to actually finally leave, because the door was open. Originally, he wanted me to still remain friends with him after our divorce, which I told him, no, I could not remain friends with the person that he had become, because he was not my friend. He was not acting like a friend. And so how could I be friends with someone who was not a friend? But again, leaving the door cracked open, that he could again become my friend, become my lover, become my husband, actually. But what it would actually take for him to do that, I made it seem as if it was simple. Like, oh, all you have to do is, become that person that you were before. It seemed so simple. I mean, if he had done it once, why couldn't he do it again? At that point, I didn't know that was a false self. I didn't know that was a lie. I actually thought that when the mask came off, I thought that part was what was the lie. I thought that part was what was inauthentic. I thought the original part that he showed me, where we got along in a loving relationship, I thought that was the truth. I later came to find out that I had those two things mixed up. So, in my personal experience, I left the door open for him. It allowed him to walk away. He ghosted me after he found and locked down the new supply. I continued to express for over a year by text, insulting texts, and the narcissist interpreted my insulting texts as that I was pining after him. So Serena's latest video about what does the narcissist think you are feeling? No matter what contact you have with them, even if you go no contact, or if you're gray rock, or if you're completely insulting them, you're a complete bitch, even if you're threatening them and completely hating on them, they will see that as pining, because it's some kind of attention. And so I was able to finally get that out of the narcissist, that he actually thought I was pining. And I completely shut that down so fast, and it insulted him so bad, injured him so bad. He never ever mentioned again that he thought I was pining after him. And he pretty much continued to either ignore my texts or respond with an FU. And then eventually went completely no contact. So that's how the story went. But I just wanted to point out the recent videos of Serena regarding ghosting. Yes, that happens. And to me, it happened once the next supply was completely locked down. Of course, you don't know this. But if you do get completely ghosted by a narcissist for no reason that you know of, you can pretty much count on that they feel very secure that they have locked someone else down. Otherwise, they won't completely ghost you, because they want to keep you left on the string. So I reversed what the narcissist would do to you, which is give you a little bit of hope that you could get them back if you do A, B, and C. I presented that to the narcissist in reverse. The target did that to him. So that also stopped him from being able to do that to me because I did it to him first. I told him that he could get me back if he did A, B, and C possibly in the future. Well, of course, when I made it sound so simple that that's all he had to do and it would be easy, he could just decide that any time. I didn't know he was a narcissist. So the narcissist cannot do it, even if they wanted to. They won't decide to do it. And if they were going to work on themselves, it would take so many years. I mean, I will be 80 years old if the narcissist started now to try to get me back, because he would have to work on himself for so many years and then present it to me over a period of time that we would both be dead in the grave by the time that happened. But I still told him that it could happen, making it seem as if it was simple, so that in case he ever does want to work on himself, he will actually have some motivation to do so. He'll have like maybe a light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe after all of his supply is gone, maybe, he would decide to try to do that, and he'll think it's simple because I presented it as so, and he would find out differently. And I know none of this is going to happen, but remember, I didn't know he was a narcissist when I was doing all this stuff. But I just wanted to give some personal examples of how narcissists ghost you, why they do, what's really going on, and then how they are completely delusional that any attention you give them after the separation or breakup, that it's all you pining. No matter what you say to them, no matter if you hurl the most horrific insults at them, that they are so delusional that they will interpret it as pining, and they'll tell other people that you're pining after them as well to boost their own ego. So that's the kind of delusion that they stay in, and it actually did give me another chance because he admitted he thought I was pining. It gave me another chance to just push that, that knife into him even further. Like, I was like, wait, you think I want you back? LOL, something like that. And I was able to inflict one last narcissistic injury quite a while after we had split up. So, I hope this wasn't too boring. Thanks for listening today. Have a great day.